Hey guys, this is Irie StarCraft, and I'm back to cast a 2v2 match for you. This one will be on Scorched Haven, and it will be between iGware, the Red Terran who is now famous for being a hacker. So perhaps that will be a little side note in this game. You'll be able to see if you think he is hacking or not, as his opponent or his partner will be Legend. The Blue Terran, this game was from about a month ago or so, I think, and their opponents will be Nightmare, the Purple Zerg, and Vitamin, the Teal Protoss. So I'm used to seeing Vitamin play Zerg. This will be interesting as he will be on, I guess this is an off race, or if it's just coincidence that I usually see him on Zerg. He will be throwing a pylon down at the front and sending out that probe to do some scouting. So yeah, this whole thing about iGware being a hacker, like, I don't know all the details and stuff, but I did check out the Team Liquid thread. Somebody had posted on one of the replays about Sorcery was a hacker, but it's actually like it's actually iGware, or that Sorcery was hacking on iGware's account. You know what? I don't know. To me, it's just completely, absolutely ridiculous. Why would you ever hack in a game like this? It's just something that I don't understand. What's the fun in playing this game if you're cheating? I mean, honestly, what's the point? Why are you playing StarCraft if you're cheating to play? Like, it's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for the people you're cheating against, that's for sure. And it's sure as hell not fun for you, because if you win, you're like, great, I won, but I cheated to win. So why is that? Like, cheating is just something that I don't really understand as how that is fun for anyone. It's something I don't understand. So anyway, that's enough about hacking and cheating in a game. If you guys notice something, anything in this game during the cast, if I notice anything, I'll point it out, but you know, it's going to be hard to, and I'm sure maybe iGware didn't hack like every game. Who knows, man? I could go on and on about this, but basically everybody's against cheating, but or hacking in StarCraft, but this is like, I just don't understand it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, that is enough of rambling about that. And so yeah, some just nothing out of the ordinary. Actually, here we go. There is a tech lab on the way for iGware. So this iGware is a guy that I'm used to seeing play Zerg, so could this even be Sorcery right now playing for him? I don't know, but I thought I saw him in the chat say something like Sorcery is my cousin or something like that. I did remember there was one thing I wanted to mention before this game got too far underway, as I was extremely annoyed about, because this is third time's the charm right now for me. Is the last two games that I just cast like a few minutes ago, I realized at the very end of those games that I had already cast them, and so obviously that's pretty annoying, and it really almost never happens, but to happen twice in a row is like completely unheard of. Like, so I have a couple things to request, I guess, of you guys when you're sending me replays. First of all, like, if you sent me that a given replay before, don't resend it to me, because the truth of the matter is that I've been getting a lot of replays from a lot of people, and I'm really excited and pumped about that, but I'm not going to be able to get to every single one in a very timely manner, because there's so many replays that I've got and so many cool games that I want to check out, as these Zerglings are going to run up here and aren't going to see much, as iGware is pleading, please do not Baneling bust by base, because if he does that, Nightmare, who is now morphing in 4 Banelings, those can make quick work of this tech lab, and he will be in huge trouble. So, but yeah, anyway, when you guys send me your games, ooh, a Stalker getting picked off there by the Marauders from Legend, a Proxy Pylon also coming down for Vitamin, and looks like he is planning to just warp some units up there, as there's no like Dark Templar tech or anything on the way. So here comes the Baneling bust, and the Zerglings scooting back to let the Banelings bust in here, and they're going to blow up a couple of supply depots and actually blow up the 3rd supply depot, so the Zerglings are going to be able to run in here, except there's really not enough Zerglings left to do a whole lot, as Legend is going to be able to kill those with his Marauders, actually losing a couple of Marauders there. And Legend will rebuild the supply depot. So that Baneling bust really did not do much. If he had tried to go for iGware's base, I think he would have had a lot more success. He did kill 2 supply depots at the front, which put Legend a little bit in a bind, but those Banelings are pretty expensive. He went through quite a few Banelings there, as Nightmare is morphing in more Banelings. So what was I going to finish up talking about before? Don't send me games you've already sent me. is all I'm saying. I know they're there, and if there's a certain games you had in mind that you really wanted me to cast, you should mention that in the email, or just send me a tell or whatever on Battle.net. So yeah, you guys, anyone who wants to talk to me on Battle.net, you guys know my handle's name is Foosk, F-O-O-S-K. So here comes Baneling Bust number 2. That supply depot is going to not go down, but is close to going down. The Zerglings will be able to finish that off, and the barracks will go down, and the Zerglings are going to run right up here into Legends Base. There are a few Stalkers from Vitamin coming in here to join in the fight. As where are these Marauders shooting at? Okay, the Zealots got warped in on the high ground by Vitamin. I totally didn't even realize. I totally forgot about that. And Legend is in a lot of trouble. He is running his SCVs out. He is lifting off his command center. And iGware has come to reinforce this fight with a bunch of Marines and Marauders. The stim is finished for iGware. He is ripping through these Stalkers so fast with his Marauders that are stimmed up, but the stim has finished, but he is going to be able to clean this up. Nonetheless, it looks like Legend is going to quickly reland this command center, and he has no SCVs left, so he's going to have to do something about that. Did I just see, am I tripping out, or did I see a Dark Shrine come out? Okay, I was tripping out. Yeah, there's no Dark Shrine or anything on the way. There's finally, Legend is like, oh my god, that proxy pylon really pisses me off, but Vitamin does have a backup one here to be able to reinforce quickly. And this pylon, actually, okay, were there Zealots being warped into iGware's base? Is that, okay, I think I missed, I think actually what happened was Vitamin warped in Zealots in here first and forced iGware to defend his own base, while at the same time like that last battle that was going on here, I think there were units warped up here at the same time, so I may have missed that. I'm not 100% sure, but that would explain why iGware was so late to the party up in Legends base. But he is going to be counterattacking, and he has quite a sizable army of Marine Marauders, and the combat shields are not researched, but he does have that stim and slow. So here we go. Are these Marines and Marauders going to start trying to pick off these buildings at the front? He could take out this Cybernetics Core, and then Vitamin would not be able to make any more Stalkers. But he is going to try and engage this army directly. The force fields are going down, but there's not enough energy to effectively split them, as the force field placement was pretty questionable right there by Vitamin. But again, he did not have enough energy to make it happen, and then working in some Stalkers on the high ground are not going to be able to help him very much. In this case, Legend even bringing in a couple of Marauders and a Marine in here, and oh man, iGware is going to pick off these pylons, and these warp gates are going to be completely out of commission. The Banelings for Nightmare, are they going to be able to do anything? They are sort of sitting back here. There are a lot of Marauders, so these Banelings aren't going to be that effective. Legend even stimming up here and pulling back to try and kill as many of these Banelings as he possibly can before the Zerglings can reinforce, but the Zerglings are going to clean up those Marauders at the same time. iGware has a massive ball of Marauders and Marines just killing probes, stimming up all over the place. Look how many probes are dying. Banelings and Zerglings are on the way, as Vitamin losing so many probes here. He could have maybe tried to run those probes away, but the Banelings are finally going to make it in here and start blowing up, and everything is going to die, but Vitamin is down to 4 probes. Make it 5 or 6 probes, and he has a couple of Stalkers here, but he has no pylon. He can't warp in any units here. It is only going to be a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen, for this game to end, because Vitamin is going to be screwed. He can't build any more units. The Cybernetics Core is done, and now the Marauders are just going to pick off all these warp gates, and at the same time, Nightmare doesn't really have much of anything going. He has a second hatchery on the way. He had a bunch of Banelings. He was able to do some pretty decent damage with the Banelings. But you got to think, I mean, a Baneling Bust is not going to be, if the Baneling Bust is not that effective, if you just come in here and warp, I'm going back to the beginning of this game, if you just blow up a couple of supply depots in the front and only stream in a few Zerglings, it's really not worth it, because those Banelings, like I've mentioned in other casts, those Banelings are expensive, as the excuses are coming out for Vitamin in this loss. And I would say the excuse is that iGware is hacking, but obviously I would say in this game he is not hacking, because the fact that these pylons and overlords were sitting here for so long, and actually Vitamin was able to warp in units on the high ground effectively, I would say that, in my opinion, iGware was not hacking in this game. But who knows? I mean, you know, it's one of those weird things. Once you admit to hacking, or Sorcery admits to hacking on your account, you're forever tainted. Nobody's ever going to trust you anymore. And like I said, I ranted for a while this game about the whole hacking thing, just because iGware's name, you know, just because he was in this game. But, you know, why ruin it? Why ruin your entire reputation? Why cheat? What's the fun in that game? What's the fun if you're not playing fair and square. And so now iGware, who's a really good player, nobody's gonna take him seriously ever in the StarCraft community because he allowed his account to be played by someone else who hacked on his account. And you know what? That just sounds really weird. Bottom line is you are forever linked with hacking, and that's just ridiculous. So you're a great player, and now you're just known as a hacker. So you just ruined yourself, and that sucks. So anyway, that is enough ranting about hacking. Thank you, Legend, for sending me this game. It was a pleasure to cast, and this is IRE StarCraft, and that's going to be it for me, so peace out.